stood alone against the Nazi menace, one bastion of hope stood quietly in the Highlands. The Hogwarts
BBS
School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Under Major General Albus Dumbledore, the ancient fortress became headquarters of the Hogwarts Defense Command, tasked with guarding Britain's northern skies. In this documentary, we speak with the last surviving veterans of that forgotten campaign, those who fought in what became known as the Hogwarts Blitz.
Hogwarts was meant to be about learning spells and all that, not fighting the Germans.
We were just kids, really. I didn't even know what a Messerschmitt was.
Books and cleverness only get you so far. But during the war, they got us a little further.
Which one do more?
This is the story of the Gryffindor Squadron and the wizards who took to the skies when Britain needed them most. It began quietly. A distant rumble in the south, the faint wail of sirens carried on the wind. Most at Hogwarts believed the war would remain a Muggle affair. It didn't. By the autumn of 1940, German aircraft were crossing the coast. Pressure was mounting for a unified defense.
What?
In Westminster, Prime Minister Churchill himself issued the order: all non-essential magical education to cease, and all able witches and wizards to aid in the national defense. The Ministry of Magic, for once, agreed. Within days, the order reached the Highlands. Dumbledore gathered his staff beneath the vaulted ceiling of the Great Hall and read the decree aloud. Lessons were suspended. Quidditch cancelled. The school was to be placed under military command. The castle changed almost overnight. The astronomy tower became an observation post. The Quidditch pitch was stripped bare and marked for takeoff. Hogwarts was no longer a school. It was a fortress.
1 week we were studying for exams, the next we were drilling in formation.
While other houses handled supply and intelligence, Gryffindor was ordered to take the skies. From the remnants of the school's Quidditch team, a new unit was formed, the Gryffindor Squadron, Britain's only broom-mounted defense wing. Most were still students, pressed into service before they'd even finished their lessons. Their orders were simple: defend the Highlands, whatever the cost. At 17, Flight Captain Harry Potter was placed in command. Dumbledore had seen something in him.
They called us volunteers. That's one word for it.
But Potter didn't lead alone. His wingman was Sergeant Ron Weasley, dependable,
What the fuck
if
am I
often
watching and why am I
baffled by the
watching this?
equipment, and Lieutenant Hermione Granger, directing their flights from the communications post below.
Harry always flew like the rules didn't apply. My job was to remind him they did.
Through
What
the winter
even
of
is this supposed
1940,
to be?
the
Like,
Gryffindor
what?
Squadron trained in the cold and the dark.
What?
They practiced formation flying and night navigation.
Why the fuck is there
preparing
like
for raids
what?
that hadn't yet come. Dumbledore used to watch from the edge of the field. He said little, but they always flew straighter when he was there.
Huh?
He never raised his voice. He just looked disappointed, and you'd rather face the Germans than that.
By December, the squadron was declared operational.
Said
Each
Dumbledore.
night, the castle waited for the siren that never came. Until one night, it did. Spotters on the coast reported enemy aircraft heading inland, their course north. The flyers were shaken from their bunks and assembled on the field. Potter in the lead, Weasley on his wing. Granger worked the radio from the tower, calling their positions through interference and heavy weather.
You don't remember the start of it, just the noise, engines, the wind, and your own heartbeat.
The contact
It is
came
based
suddenly.
what?
3 German aircraft flying low, searching for landmarks in the dark. The squadron intercepted above the valley. What followed was brief. Lights, noise, confusion. A single bomber was hit. The rest turned south.
I remember firing at something. Turned out it was one of ours. Good thing I missed.
By dawn, the skies were clear. Hogwarts had
What
stood
wasn't those
untouched. The ministry called it a success. The squadron called it luck.
By the
We
only
checked the
one missing out.
brooms,
What the fuck did I
patched
miss
what we
out on?
could.
What? What?
And waited for the next one.
The following months brought little rest. The Luftwaffe's raids grew bolder, their flight paths drifting further north each week. Among the Luftwaffe squadrons was one name that began to stand out: Baron von Voldemort.
Imagine being 18
Fuck
and launching
you.
a new product.
Pilot, ruthless,
Voldemort. What?
precise, commander of the Luftwaffe's occult research division.
I was very young when
His
this
objective
happened. How
was
old
set
are you
more
all?
than
What?
Conquest. Intelligence suggested he sought a weapon of extraordinary power, the Elder Wand, known in German briefings as the Wunderwaffe.
It's Wunderwaffe, not Wonder Warfare.
He never said much about it, Dumbledore, just told us to keep flying and trust the castle.
The Gryffindor squadron
What?
began flying
I
nightly
am
patrols,
really
tired,
concerned.
undermanned, and often outnumbered. They became the first and last line of defense above the Highlands. Below, the castle lived under blackout. No torches, no fires.
You must
and
know.
no
I don't
safety
know.
after
I don't
dark.
know that
We
this was
still
part
have
of history.
classes.
What?
Only
Which
in the
history is this?
fall,
No, what?
The homework could shoot back.
As spring turned to summer,
When did
the
this
war around
happen? Mind you,
Hogwarts
I've been
widened.
alive longer
The
than you
Gryffindor
all, but what
squadron
the
held
hell?
the skies, but
When
the
did this
fighting had
happen?
moved beyond them.
What is this
Every house
parallel
had its
universe?
front,
What?
some more visible than others. Captain Severus Snape disappeared from the
So
castle
unemployed
that June.
as no way
Officially,
some.
he had
I
defected,
mean,
joining the Reich's occult division under Baron von Voldemort. In truth, it was a covert mission, authorized by Dumbledore alone and codenamed Operation
I genuinely am
Half-Blood.
concerned about
From within
a lot
enemy
of-
lines, Snape sent coded reports on the Baron's movements and his pursuit of the Wunderwaffe. Only Dumbledore knew the truth. To everyone else, he was a traitor.
Ageless
If he
entity,
was a
I'm
spy,
always young one
he was
of
a
my
miserable
boys gave the
one.
magic to humans. Like, really,
He was
damn.
our miserable one.
Never knew
Back
about
at the
this
castle,
one.
trust was in short supply. Within Slytherin House, sympathies for the Reich ran deep. Whispers about order, bloodlines, and purity. Some of it was talk, some wasn't.
Who the f?
Among those serving in Slytherin's intelligence unit was Lieutenant Draco Malfoy. Sharp, ambitious, and far too
Probably.
comfortable with the
I don't know,
rhetoric
but
coming
it was,
out of
this is
Berlin.
not what happened in this
Officially, he
one.
worked on counterintelligence and signal interception. Unofficially, he was a
Forgot
liability.
to mention
Malfoy liked to
when
remind
we used a
everyone he
Muggle
spoke
without
German.
even knowledge and then wiped
Saying
it.
none
Oh,
of the Germans
damn!
agreed.
What the fuck
His
were you guys
reports were
doing?
inconsistent, often contradictory. Dumbledore allowed him to continue, perhaps to monitor him, or perhaps to protect him from himself. By late 1941, Hogwarts had become its own uneasy alliance. Part fortress, part listening
What
post,
the fuck is this even
part
supposed to
rumor
be? What?
Everyone was fighting the same enemy, but not always for the same reasons. The war had settled in for the long haul. By winter, the raids had grown fewer, but heavier. The Luftwaffe had shifted north, probing the highlands for weakness, and somewhere beyond the Channel, Baron von Voldemort was gathering his strength. His forces, the so-called Reichsmagierkorps, operated under a single obsession, the Wunderwaffe. Snape's last intercepted message, received through Operation Half-Blood, confirmed what Dumbledore had long suspected. The Baron's new campaign would not target London or the coast. It would target Hogwarts itself.
We'd heard whispers for weeks. Something big coming from the continent. Nobody said it out loud, but we all knew where it was heading.
Dumbledore ordered full readiness. The school's towers were manned, the courtyards cleared for landing. Hagrid, the former gamekeeper turned tank commander, was redeployed to the southern pass to secure the supply route. The Gryffindor squadron was placed on constant alert. Engines warmed, brooms prepped, maps redrawn.
They said it was just another drill. We all knew it wasn't.
At first light on the 3rd of December 1941, spotters on the coast reported movement over the North Sea, a formation larger than any seen before. Their heading was north. Voldemort was coming. Just after dawn, the first wave crossed into Scottish airspace. Sirens rolled through the Highlands as the castle broke its blackout for the first time in months. From the astronomy tower, Dumbledore watched the sun rise behind the smoke. His order was simple: hold the line.
You never forget the sound. The scream before the bombs.
The first bombs hit the castle walls. Stone and snow fell together. By the time the echoes faded, the squadron was already airborne. Across the valley, the Luftwaffe came in tight formation, Messerschmitts escorting a line of bombers. The Gryffindor squadron climbed to meet them, vanishing into the low clouds.
We went up into the clouds. Couldn't see a bloody thing.
While the sky above the castle filled with smoke, the fighting on the ground had already begun. In the south, Hagrid's armoured column pushed through the mountain pass, trying to keep the supply route open. Snow had started early that morning, turning the road to mud. When the first shells hit, the convoy stalled.
They came through on the radio once, Hagrid calling for help, engines in the background. then nothing but static
The
after.
funniest thing is half operation, half blood prince. Holy fuck. The soldier who lived.
With the convoy cut off, the castle's fuel and ammunition were running out. Then, out of the haze above the southern pass, a single flare went
I
up,
said down.
bright green against the snow.
What?
It shouldn't have been possible at that range, but it was enough. Later reports confirmed it was fired by Dobby, a former prisoner of war who had joined Hagrid's unit as a volunteer.
Damn.
He was killed moments later, still holding the launcher.
He wasn't meant to be there, but he was. Always was.
इसे बहुत
The
100
squadron
of this
saw
I
the
don't.
flare and turned toward it without hesitation.
This is not.
German
This is a
bombers were
parallel
circling
universe,
for a
not of this
final
one.
run when
I can assure
Potter's
you.
team came in behind them. The sky filled with contrails and smoke.
Wait,
Then
wait.
black.
Are they shooting bullets from inside the? Oh my god.
Aircraft appeared at altitude, narrow-winged, unmarked, moving faster than the rest. It headed straight for the castle.
Didn't need to look twice. It was him.
Baron von Voldemort had entered the battle. Potter turned to meet
Still
him.
denying her
The
history.
two
There.
shapes crossed against the morning light, once, twice,
soldier who
then
lived.
disappeared into the cloud. When the Baron's plane re-emerged, it was trailing smoke. It turned south and disappeared over the hills. The rest of the formation broke and fled.
We thought he was gone. Then he walked back in, steaming like a kettle. Said he'd had worse landings.
We met head on. I survived. That's the only story there ever is.
By midday, the skies were clear. The Germans were gone. Hogwarts had held. In the weeks that followed, the uniforms disappeared. The drills stopped. The castle went back to being a school, though no one there ever really did.
They told us to go back to lessons. Hard thing to do after that.
Of the Hogwarts Defense Command, only 3 are known to have survived to this day. Their service remained unrecognized, their story forgotten. Until now.
The fuck is Flight Captain Harry Potter? Shortly after recording the